so it's perfect for the morning.
All right, we're back in the Morning Brew with friends. My friend Lisa Adkins joined us, and with Julia this morning. And you guys have some awesome stuff coming up. I love this. It's time for the Startup Weekend Women's Edition. This is cool. Well, last week we had on the kids from the Startup Weekend Teen Edition, and that was this weekend. And this is a 3-day event where they all got together. And how many? It was all at Fat Pipe, which Lisa manages.
We probably had 35 students participating, which is really cool.
6 teams.
Yeah,
That's
and then
great.
about 60 people at the finale.
That's great. And so the way the Startup Weekends work is so much fun. So on Friday night you show up and you basically come loaded for bear with ideas, right?
That's right, open mic.
And you just pitch and you say, here I got a thing.
Right.
And then all day Saturday the teams work together. The teams just kind of form organically too, right?
Well, on Friday night they vote for their favorites and they join the teams for the ideas that they think are most interesting.
And then Saturday they work on these just brand new businesses kind of out of nowhere, right?
Right.
And then Sunday they work on them a little bit more, and then Sunday night there's a giant pitch event where everybody gets together and basically presents their businesses, right?
That's
But
right.
this is very special because this one's a women's event.
Yes, the one on March 6th through the 8th is for women, and of course we invite both genders, and
But you're encouraging women to
It's
show
we're
up.
women-led.
encouraging women. We want the teams to be women-led, and that's
Very
really the
cool.
only requirement.
Very cool. And is there a struggle to find women entrepreneurs in the state? Is that part of it, or is it?
It's harder to find women entrepreneurs, and I think it's harder to get them out to try something like this. So we want to be encouraging. We want to be inclusive. We want, we want any type of business idea, any woman, any age to come out and we'll help support her.
At the
cool.
last startup weekend, there was only one woman that participated in the event.
She was waiting until this weekend, maybe.
Maybe.
No,
I
everyone
hope
else
so.
was. But
I hope so.
the Startup Weekend thing, it's coming out of the city's, grand new push towards entrepreneurism. It's really taken off in the city. And a lot of that has to do with tech businesses, and you think high growth, high energy companies. But for Startup Weekends, it can be anything.
It can be
right?
non-tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be somebody that's wanting to do a food truck, start a bakery. Or even if you don't have an idea and you just want to put yourself in the shoes of an entrepreneur for an entire weekend, you can join a team. And you could just put yourself through the process and get the mentorship, the coaching, and go through the entire business model and get practice for it.
Learn how to write a business plan. Learn
Yes,
how to go through the whole
exactly.
process.
And get
of starting.
motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can be boutiques. It can be anything you want it to be.
Anything, any idea.
Very cool. So how do and basically you just show up and say, I got this idea, and you pitch it for what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, open mic?
Well, we ask that you register first.
Right.
To participate. Open mic. I think we get 1 minute or 2 minutes the first
Yes.
night
Yeah.
to pitch an idea, and they really ask for ideas that haven't been developed yet. We don't want a business who's already started.
You don't want another coffee cup manufacturer. You want
Right. We want someone to come with a sparkle of an idea or something that they've been throwing around. Should I start this? Should I not?
Yeah.
That's what we want.
That's very cool. So tell me about the Teen Startup Weekend, because that was really cool. We had on Taylor last week, Taylor Chavez, who's one of the
She's a ball of
directors
energy.
at-
Adorable.
Right?
She's amazing.
She's wonderful. She's so
Wow.
much fun. And she was on last week, and they were having so much fun they couldn't wait. You could just feel the energy in these kids. So what kinds of companies did they come to the show with?
Well, Brain Bridge was amazing, and they're the ones who took away the first place prize.
And actually, these things are judged. What people
Oh,
don't realize
absolutely.
too,
I was
is
a
it-
judge.
Yeah,
You were a
Lisa,
judge for
Lisa
teens.
was a
I was a
judge.
judge.
Who are the judges for the
Stacy-
women's event?
We have John Garcia. We have, I think,
Former Economic Development Secretary John Garcia.
right. And I can't remember if Jessica Eves Matthews is a coach or judge. And then we have Jen Wegge.
Of course.
She's amazing. And I can't remember.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
I know. And there are coaches too. So you don't just
Yeah,
you're not just
coaches and
thrown in
mentors.
and said do it.
Right.
There are people who help you, people who have been in business, and people who know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. For this last weekend, I think, Stacy Sacco was a judge. He's an old friend of the show's, and so were the folks from West. They
Right.
helped this weekend, right? And so we were talking about the company that won, though.
Yes. Okay. So Brain Bridge. This is really exciting because this is the first time that I was able to experience a startup weekend from the beginning to the end. So Brain Bridge had created a forum for students and teachers to interact and to post a question and for peers to interact. So there's already products that are out there. Obviously, our public school system is using something similar. But what they said is, The truth is the students don't like it. So why not use something that the students created?
Is it more like a social network, like a Facebook or something like that, or is it?
More education.
G-chat.
More educational
But
based.
Dan,
yeah.
you should have seen this young man on their team. He had developed the whole website.
Within
They're
the
like
entire
ready to
weekend.
go.
Wow, within the 48 hours.
He coded it.
That's amazing.
And I asked him, "What's your platform?" Well, and he went through this list of technologies that he used. He didn't even use like
I love
WordPress.
this.
He did it all from scratch.
That's
It's amazing.
amazing. That is cool. That is cool.
And then second place was Square One Videos, and then third place was Charge Orion, which our team at Plug Solar is connecting with these young gentlemen.
I bet you guys are, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're already scoping them out. We're scoping them out.
That's
yeah.
cool, yeah, because Julio works for a company called Plug Solar that does very interesting.
Yes.
You can. It's a device that plugs in, and you
Looking
can
for it.
actually
Here.
get solar power right into. Oh, of
Yes,
course
here
you
it is
brought
right
it.
here.
There it is.
So,
yeah.
so it's so cool about the Startup Teen Weekend and then the Women's Weekend is it's the first of its kind in the world to ever be powered by solar energy.
That's right.
And so we're tracking the usage
That's
with
right.
with our unit, the Sunport.
That's very cool, and it's all at Fat Pipe.
Yes, of course.
Fat
Fat
Pipe
Pipe
is an
ABQ.
Awesome
Yes.
co-working space. Yeah.
Fat Pipe rocks.
Fat Pipe ABQ rocks. That's why. Yeah.
Yes, here's a wonderful picture of Fat Pipe, and the guys were asking me how awesome this space is, and I was trying to tell them it is really amazing. It's the old library at Albuquerque High School that was repurposed and then basically plugged in with the fattest internet pipe you can get, and these things are, what's it, like 300 megasecond or something?
Yeah, we have 300 megabit per second to the desktop with fiber into the building, so we can.
Stupid fast internet.
Stupid fast.
I just want to go. I want to go in there and just set up my computer so that I can like kill zombies really, really well. Because the internet
Really
connection would be the internet connection would be perfect for that. You know, it'd be my home connection by a mile.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's really made for folks who are needing and wanting super high-speed internet for developing new software, right?
Right.
Right. And that's. But you have people there who are attorneys, you have marketing folks, you've got everything else.
We're
in
all
business.
inclusive as well. You know,
Right.
we invite any kind of entrepreneur. We just want to help them connect, and that's what's so great about that center. I make connections almost every single day for people who are just squatting. Oh, well, you need a marketing person? It just so happens I have one.
Right, right.
Right.
And I got to ask before I forget. We were looking at some of the photos from the Startup Weekend, for the Women's Edition Startup Weekend, and we noticed that there are. This is not basically, you know, when I'm thinking entrepreneurs, I don't think pajama bottoms.
We want to make it fun, and we don't want just another T-shirt. You know, most of the women, I don't wear those high neck T-shirts that we get at all the events. I want a pair of pajama bottoms that I'm really going to wear, and
Right.
so it's going to be a giant pajama party, and we're going
And
to
since
have.
we're going to be there for 56
Yeah,
hours,
you
might
know,
as
we're
well
going to be
comfortable,
sleeping on
right?
the beanbag chairs, and our bottoms are going to say, "Start me up."
That's awesome. So, can anybody buy those, or do you have to be part of the Startup
But you
Weekend?
have to buy a ticket and participate in the weekend.
Awesome.
Yes.
And how much is it? How much is it for the weekend?
It goes up to $99 in just a few days, I think. But you know what? I would be willing to give a coupon code to anyone. Why don't we use the
FB friend.
FB friend, Facebook friend?
Facebook friend.
Okay, FB friend. If you use that coupon code, we'll give you a discount. I think it's 25% off.
25% off.
Excellent.
Yes.
And I know for the Startup Weekend for kids, there was you get all meals included.
Oh yeah,
Is that,
it's worth it. You get
Yeah.
the pajama bottoms, you get
T-shirts.
like 6 or 7 meals. We're going to have a special yoga class.
And a special
So much
speaker.
training. Yes, we have 2 great speakers.
Who are they this year?
Katie Nida.
Of course. Oh, she was the place kicker. The owner of place kicker, Katie Nida.
She's our keynote speaker.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
The one kicker.
I've heard
kicker.
I've heard she's really become quite the most amazing motivational speaker.
You know,
really.
she's going to talk about why it's okay to be great as a woman in a male-dominated field,
Excellent.
and why it's okay to use your female traits in leadership.
Very cool.
So she's actually the keynote speaker at the event the day before, the Women in Tech celebration that the New Mexico Technology Council puts on.
That's on March 5th?
That's March 5th in the morning, 8:30 a.m. So she's our keynote speaker for that. She's staying overnight. She's going to be also the keynote open speaker for Startup Weekend.
Great.
And then Saturday or Sunday, we have Andrea Romero, who is the owner of Tall Foods, who got her start at a Startup Weekend.
Very cool. And she's now taken this company just in, a couple of years to an actual going large enterprise, right?
I don't even think it's a couple of years. And her idea, Tall Foods, it's an ostrich farm. They're going to sell and produce ostrich meat.
I love that. I love that. Well, cool. We're going to be back with a whole lot more Morning Brew with Friends. We're going to have our friend Greg Frost talk to us about how to lower our mortgages. You guys will stick around, talk about mortgages, and we got art. We got a whole bunch more coming up on the Morning Brew with Friends.